Camera on? Mic on? Okay. Hey, what's up guys? So today we are going to learn accounting. And today our topics are accrued expenses and prepaid expenses. Are you ready guys?
Okay guys, first, accrued expenses. There are many types of expenses that a business will normally use first and pay later. For example, utilities and salaries. In the case of utilities, let's say electrical expenses, the business doesn't know how much it has used until the end of the month. When the bill comes and the payment is made in the next month, this means that at the end of the current month, there will be an amount owing for utilities use. So this is termed as accrued utilities expense.
Okay, so now we are going to discuss about prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses are future expenses that have been paid in advance. In other words, prepaid expenses are costs that have been paid but are not yet used up or have not yet expired. The examples will be explained by.
So here's the example for accrued expenses. Here's the trial balance. So we can see accrued rent 9,000 ringgit at the credit side. As stated here, per month rent we have to pay 3,000 ringgit. So the transaction is Abu owed 9,000 ringgit for previous month rent and paid during current month by check. But unfortunately, he didn't pay for the current month's rent. So let's solve it.
So let's start. For this transaction, we have to open a rent expense account. So we have to remember, expense account is a debit nature. For the first transaction here, Abu owed 9,000 ringgit for previous month rent and paid during the current month by check. So we have to debit bank account. Why we have to debit bank account? Because it increased the expense account. So we have to write bank RM 9,000 ringgit. Next, but unfortunately, he did not pay for the current month rent. So for this transaction, we have used the building to run our business, but we haven't paid the rent until the end of the current month. So this transaction is recognized as the accrued CD. Accrued CD, we have to write it at the debit side of the account. Why we have to write the accrued CD at the debit side of the account? Because it's follow the nature of the expense. We must remember that accrued CD must be right at the debit side because it's follow the nature of the account. So accrued CD we have to write 3,000 ringgit. So go back to our trial balance. Trial balance here is accrued rent 9,000 ringgit. So we have to write this accrued rent 9,000 ringgit as the accrued BD of the current month. Accrued BD 9,000 ringgit. So where we get the accrued BD 9,000 ringgit here is from the last month rent expenses, which is accrued CD 9,000 ringgit. So we have to transfer to the next month at the credit side because accrued BD has a liability nature. So we have to total it 12,000 ringgit. So we can see at the credit side it didn't balance 3,000 ringgit. So this 3,000 ringgit we wrote it as Sochi. So why Sochi is put it here? Because Sochi here, even though we haven't paid the rent expenses for the current month, we still have to recognize it as the expense of the current month. So we have to write it Sochi 3,000 ringgit. As stated here, per month rent is 3,000 ringgit. So accrued CD 3,000 ringgit, we will transfer it to the next month as accrued BD. So accrued BD 3,000 ringgit.
So here's the example of prepaid expense. The transaction is insurance has been paid on 1st July 2018 to cover an 18-month period starting from 1st July 2018 until 31st 2019. The amount paid by check was 36,000 and was recorded as insurance expense accounting year end 30 June.
So we know that the insurance paid by bank for 36,000, and also we know that the insurance expense is a debit nature. So we put bank 36,000 at a debit. So for the insurance, they paid for 18 months. You can see here they are from 1st July 2018 to 31st December 2019. So we know in a year we have only 12 months, from 1st July 2018 to 30 June 2019. For the 12th month, we just paid for 24,000 as a Sochi here. At the end of the year, we close the account 36,000 here and 36,000 here. So we know that there will be a balance at the credit side for 12,000. The 12,000 will be a prepaid CD. So now, for the prepaid CD, we will bring to the debit side as a prepaid mini. So we are done.
That's all from us. Thank you.